Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video I'll show you another trick to plotting, which I believe most users would prefer. It's essentially using subplots as against the normal subplot. This method involves creating two variables, a figure and an axis, and using the axis to define the location of the plot. So in normal subplotting, you will split your figure into, in this example the figure has been split into 6, and then this plot goes into the first location, the second plot goes into the second, the third goes there, and then the fourth and the fifth and the sixth. It's split into 6. You see that 2 rows 3 columns. Now using the axis and subplots, you split also the subplots into 6, 2 rows 3 columns, and now the locations are specified using lists. Here the first location is 0 0, which is this 0 0 is the same as this 2 3 1, but using the axis and subplots, you have the 0 0 as the first location, and then you can call the plot on it, and then it will plot other location. Similarly, the second location is 0 1, the third is 0 2, the fourth is 1 0, that's now the second row, and then the fifth is 1 1, and then the sixth is 1 2. So this first 0 is the rows and the second 0 is the column. So this 0 0 means first row, which is this row, and first column, which is this. So that gives you the 0 0. The second one here is first row 0 and second column, so this is 0 1, and then you can call the plots directly on it and generate a plot as you would in the normal subplotting. So here is 1 1, so it's second row and second column, that's 1 1. Here is 1 2, which is second row, this row, and third column, which is 2. So the indexing of the rows and columns starts from 0. Let's go to the IDE and try to demonstrate this. I have done the usual imports. I've imported matplotlib and some functions and constants from NumPy, as well as the subplot, figure, and I'll add the subplots to display both cases. So now I'll go on to create my data set. I've created my data set, and I'll create a figure. I'll call it figure 1. So I've created a figure, and I would like to do normal subplotting, so I'll show you this. So similar to my video on subplotting, I'll plot these values, this and this, and they are plotted here. I will show it, plt.show. I'll call this figure 2. I'll run it, and we have our subplots on that figure. So this example, this plotting and these values are from my previous tutorial on normal subplotting. I wouldn't want to talk so much on normal subplotting. I already did that in another video, so my focus here is to show the other trick to plotting using subplots. So I'll try to replicate this plotting using the other approach. So that's why I show this now. So to demonstrate the second trick, I'll create a figure F1 and axis and make it equals to subplots, and then I'll split it into 2 by 3. So I split it into 6, 2 rows 3 columns, and then I can show the figure. If I run this now, you will see. Okay, so we have these two plots, this and that. So I want this plot at this location, and this plot is this because of this location. I'll define the location using the axis 0 0 and then dot plot, and then I'll just pick these values here and put them in here, and then if I run the code, you'll see that this plot is there as well. You will notice, if you paid attention, you might have noticed that because the show is here, it showed the empty figure before it plotted this. Let me run that again. So if I run that, you'll see that the figure appears empty before the plot appears. And if I just put the show here and I run this, it will plot it before it shows the figure, so it appears together. So the location of this show makes a little bit of a difference if it's here or there. So if the show is here, it will plot before it shows it, but if the show is here, it will show the figure before it plots. So you just keep that in mind. So I want this plot as well here at this location, the location 4. If I show that, so this is location 4 in the subplots, and this is where I want to have this. I want to have this here as well using the second approach. So here we know that this is 0 0, the row 0 and row 1, column 0, column 1, column 2. Yeah, so if this is 0 0, this will be 1 0, and this will be 1 1, this will be 1 2, this will be 0 2, this will be 0 1. It will get more clear. So you can play with it yourself and then you get the locations, but it's not that complicated. So I want it on 1 0, and I want this plot there, so I'll just pick this values and replace them with this. So I've replaced the values, and then if I run this now, you see that I have the plot there. I have this here and I have this here. It's the same thing. So now we have that. So now I have this subplot the same as this. So I would like to plot this ones, which would be these two, this and this. I would like to plot that in this figure as well at this location. So what I will do is call the locations. So I'll need to call the axis at location 0 1 for the cosine, and then axis is 1 1 for the second plot. So I will just come here and pick this, put it here, dot, and then I'll come and pick this, and then I put it there, and then I run it, and it's the same thing. So we see that this location 0 1 is this, and 1 1 is this. If I could take that this one out so you see it more clearly. If I run it, so you see the 0 1 alone, you see the 0 1, and then the 1 1 is still empty, because I took the other one out. Okay, so finally I would like to do that for this one, and I will call the axis yeah 0 2 and axis 1 2, and I'll come and pick this and also this, and then if I run it, then I have the same type of plot using two approaches. So that's basically it. You can look here you see it more clearly. If you are confused by my demonstration, you can look here, just take your time and look at it. It's a little bit more clear here. You see that 0 0 is this, 0 1 is this, and I recommend that you try plotting this yourself. Try this and then just play around it. Try to do something fancy. You can even split your figure into 3 rows and 2 columns. So just play around it, try to do some stuff, and then you understand. It's not so difficult. So I would like to end the tutorial here, and at this point I believe that you will be able to handle the two types of subplotting, that is using the axis and subplots, and using the normal subplot to generate your plots. So thanks for watching, and if you like my video, give it a thumbs up, and also please remember to subscribe to my channel for more tutorials like this. Thanks for watching.